This is Code Green, weekdays from 8 a.m. on Spirit TV.
Welcome back from that quick commercial break, and something funny there. Please do not pick anyone's money, even when you find them on the street. Today, I'm excited because we have someone in the studio that we're going to be discussing something very pertinent with giftings. And we'll be talking about giftings. Then he'll give us, sample us. When you see me off my chair, please do not blame me. It is the music that has infused me and taken me over. My name is Nyangweso, and in the studio, I have a very good friend. I don't know if I should call him Musumba because he's a pastor to me, but he is Pastor Brian Katongole. He's a guitarist, one of the best that I know in this country, but also he's an artist. We have shown you his flyer telling you about weddings, and he has performed at quite a number of weddings there. But also, he trains in guitar. The first rule he gives you is buy your own guitar. So let's start from there. Pastor Brian.
Yes, please.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
You look
too.
like the weekend.
Weekend begins on Friday.
Over in this country, it begins on Wednesday. How are you?
It depends on if you're working from home, if you're working from office. But I'm doing very fine, thank you.
That's very good. I want to set, you know, a lot of people have giftings, and a lot has gone on with this COVID season, and people wondering, you know, what can I be able to do to be able to earn an extra income, but also use my giftings that God has given me? Because the scripture says your gifting will make way for you. So let me ask, Musumba, what is this gifting you have?
So I would say, you know, there is a difference between the gift as a gift and then the spiritual gifts.
Yes.
So I'm talking about this gifting I have. Personally, I have a gifting in music. I have a passion for singing, and I have a passion for making music. And that passion was one of the things that helped me realize that I think I'm more interested in this. I'm not so interested in football, I'm not so interested in running or swimming. But I realized from a young age, whenever I would see a guitar, I would light up. Whenever I would see a piano, I would light up.
Yes.
Okay? So that is what I have, a gifting of singing and making music. I write songs, I sing them, and I have the blessing to be able to play two instruments, a guitar and a piano.
Wow. Is it easy to play both? When you learn one, can you be able to play the other?
The thing about music is that once you learn the principles of music, it's then easy to learn both. But everyone has an instrument that comes easy for them. For me, it was easy for me to learn a guitar first of all.
Yes.
All right? But because I had more access to piano later and someone to show me a little few things, then I moved on with the piano.
Okay.
By the time I came back to playing the guitar, I was in my secondary school in Chibuli SS. That was around senior 4. That's then when I picked it up. And when I joined Watoto Church, it was KPC then. I then stepped up more in guitar. But piano was my easiest instrument to learn.
Wow. Interesting there. Pastor Brian has done music. He has an album of music there. He also has a few songs there. He'll be giving us a few pieces there, but let me not unravel that yet. Musumba, now you are right-handed. Now
Yes,
I'm left-handed. For me, this one would be inverted.
Yes, there is a way it can be inverted.
How are we, the people that are blessed with the other side of the gift, how are we supposed to be playing this?
There are guitars that are specifically for left-handed people. The tuning is all different. So you'd realize that they'll hold it like this, but it will be inverted. They are made, okay? So don't worry, it is all taken care of.
So how does someone find their gifting, and how can they enhance that gifting?
So I'll begin this way. Knowing your gift, let me begin with the parents of children. You expose your child to different things, okay? Like give them coloring to do, give them some drawings to do, buy a toy guitar or a toy piano, see how they like it. They usually have an affinity to a certain instrument, okay? Or you'd realize, like, for example, I've noticed my boy is good at memorizing lyrics. So I realized this young man may either be a writer or he may be a poet or something in that nature, but it's still at the initial stages of discovering who he is, okay? But as you grow up to a certain age, there are certain things that you're drawn towards too. I'll give you an example of my own self. When I was a child, when I would listen to a song on radio, I would feel so moved towards it. I'd go like, oh, I wish I could also sing like that. Oh, I wish I could make that beautiful music. I wish I could find an instrument and try to play it. And that's what drew me to playing an instrument. The church I began with when I was a child was a deliverance church. And one of the elders there had a small keyboard. So I used to frequent his house. I knock and I say, I've come to play the piano, because I felt I needed to learn this instrument. There was that passion that was coming from within. And those people who usually have talents, we realize that they have a certain interest towards a certain area. One wants to play football. When they watch people playing football, they feel like, I need to be in that field. Another point I can give to show that really music was something that I was meant to move into, though I delayed. When I joined Watoro Church, I saw someone leading worship on the stage. I felt so drawn and said, I need to be on that stage. Okay, so the passion is one of the things, or that desire and drawing is one of the ways you can identify what your gifting is.
So, and I like what Pastor Brian has said there. He makes a very valid point that, you expose the children, expose yourself to different areas so that you can be able to see what you're gifted in. But Musumba, how does one harness this gift? You have become one of the best guitarists I know in this country, except Shama and you are in a category of your own there. But how does someone harness it? How does someone become good at it or a specialist at it? And are there genres you can be able to become good at?
All right. Again, I like starting from my example,
yes.
Then I move to the genre. When I realized that I have a passion for instruments, by the way, I tried many. I also tried the wind instruments, the trumpet. I failed to blow that thing. I said, let me first go back to the strings. So when I realized that I have a passion for a guitar and a piano, the very first thing I did was to befriend one I knew that had an instrument. Because as a child, I didn't have a guitar, all right? And I didn't have an instrument. But good enough, within the Sunday school fellowship that I was part of in that church, I knew of a lady that had a guitar, and then I knew of the elder of the church who had a piano. So the very first thing I did was to go to them. Say, I would like to learn how to play the instrument the way you play it, okay? So they taught me, I will stick with the piano, he taught me basics of how to play, all right? And because the church then needed a keyboard player, he had to teach me some few things and then I had to follow and learn. But from there on, I made it a point to create time to practice. Practice what I have learned. And that's when I would go to his homeways and practice. I wasn't ashamed. I go knock at the door, I say, hey, I'm here, can I play with the piano? Yes. I spend about 30 minutes on it, and then I go back to my home. It was within the same area. But then I realized that what I know is not enough. And I didn't have anyone to teach me beyond, because he only taught me as much as he knew. And by then, internet was not so much of a big thing. Today, internet is so much of a big thing, and there are many who go to the internet and learn from there.
Yes.
Okay? But for me, I realized now that I don't have much of that access, I would listen to Integrity Music. The musicians of those days, Ron Kennelly, Don Moore, and so I'd put on the tape. My mom had many of those tapes. I would put on that tape and listen. And I memorize. When I go to the church, the sound, now I had started using the church keyboard because I'd become a player in the church. So I would memorize the sound. I thank God that he gave me a good memory of sound and a good ear. So when I go to church, I try to mimic what I have listened to. And that's how I learned to play. The way I play my chords on piano or even guitar is a bit unconventional because I didn't learn as someone would go into the school and learn, but I learned by ear. I interpret from the ear right onto the instrument. And that's how I learned. And for a big time, I didn't know what the names of the chords were. They said, what chord are you playing? I would just tell them, you watch what I'm doing. Okay, and maybe you'll figure out what the chord is. As time went on, I realized that with internet coming into play, I realized that I could search a few things here and there. So that's when I went to the internet and started knowing chord names and all that stuff. That was for the piano. For the guitar, again, it was self-tutored. In school, there came someone called Terence Ayebare. He's actually Pastor Brian Navajo's elder brother. We were in the same school, so I would see what he plays and I asked him to teach me, but he didn't know how to teach me because he was used to the classical background of teaching in school, music notation. So he didn't know how to teach me, so I decided to read his fingers and whatever I was playing on guitar, and that's what I followed with. Until there came a time when I joined KPC there in Watoro Church. That's when I was introduced to chords and all that stuff. So
So you've had a blend of just hearing, but also mimicking the things you have had, but also you have a classic and that mimicking, and you have fused those two.
Yes.
Hence making you very difficult to copy. If this was an exam, because I think I'd have written Brian Katongole and then write the other things that need to be written. So, Musumba, how do you teach your lessons? How much do your lessons cost, and where do people find you, and how can they get in touch with you?
So I teach both guitar and piano.
Yes.
And it's a very friendly pocket-friendly fee. I decided to put it at 200,000. I call it the beginner's course. And it's just 10 sessions. Now in those 10 sessions, I walk you through.
For how long?
Each session is up to 1 hour.
Wow, that's good.
If it's a child, and I prefer doing it with children from 9 years and above, okay? For guitar especially, and children need to have a smaller guitar. Smaller guitar for children. So for piano, I can begin from 7 years, because they have begun picking. They can be able to concentrate. There are those who specialize in teaching little ones, but I concentrate on those ones. Up to adults, even a 40-year-old, I can teach them. So I take you from the... I take you right from the basic unit. You know, the basic unit in the music is a note, which is a pitch, a certain pitch. So I take you systematically. I didn't get that chance to learn that when I was learning, but now I have been able to learn through a certain course, so that I know how to teach people, taking you on a journey from A to B to C. So I put it in 10 sessions, but I move at your pace.
Wow.
Okay?
I think the thing I like about it, where can they find you, and what are your contacts? Because I've seen the flyer here.
Right. Now, I do both. I am situated in Kanyanya Chitala. Those who are near those areas, they can come to my place and I train them. But also, I do mobile training. I can come to your place where you want to be trained from. That one comes with an extra little cost of transport. But the package itself goes for 200,000.
And I think 200,000 is an affordable price, because if 10 sessions, that's 20,000 for 1 hour. That's a very pocket-friendly price there. And I agree with you there, Pastor Brian. So, Pastor Brian, this is the juncture where I enjoy what you do, and please take me away.
Do you want me to play all the full songs?
I don't, just sample me, mix me up, half and half there, so that we can be able to call it today. So please enjoy as Musumba Brian shows us what up.
All right, the very first song, I'm just going to sing 2 songs that I wrote.
Yes.
And I've been able to record. The album is not yet fully complete, but one of them comes from where I was going through a season, and I feel that Jesus is my only world. He's my everything. So I'm going to sing a bit of that, and then I'll do a bit of a wedding song also.
Wonderful. I hope Beatrice and Shama will be thinking about the wedding too.
Oh, I hear that. All right. Lover of my soul, my heartbeat and hope, what can I do without you? You refresh my mind when I am tired from the struggles of life. You are my rock of strength and my present help. I can't live without you, I can't breathe without you, sustainer of my dreams, hope for the future, yeah. I can't live without you, I can't breathe without you, sustainer of my dreams, hope for the future, hope for the future, hope for the future. Then to the bridge. You are my world, you are my world, you are my world, you are my world, oh, you are my world, you are my world, you are my world.
Musumba.
Yes, sir.
Even me, I felt like, yeah, the future and the world. I was also strumming some guitar here, but it was invisible.
I hear you.
But Musumba, that's amazing. It's amazing.
Thank you.
And I pray that, because one of the things that excites me about this is that we need to leave the conventional thinking of lawyers, doctors, and all these things.
That's true.
What do you think about that, and how can a young person today, because there's a lot of unemployment, people think about, you know, getting into the box, but you have torn up the box and shown us your gifting can really do something for you.
Exactly, and I wanted to say something about that.
Yes.
Because the way we've grown up and the society we are in is telling us that unless you become an engineer, unless you become a doctor, you cannot be able to make it in this world. But when you look at our friends in the Western side, their gifts are taking them places and they're earning them quite a lot.
Yes.
The swimmers, the athletes, the footballers, the musicians, they're doing it so big out there. And so what I encourage someone that even as you follow the mainstream education, pay attention to the interests you have within you. If you have an interest in swimming, begin picking that interest, begin taking a step therein, okay? Go out to a swimming pool, find a swimming instructor, do something like that. If you have an interest in playing a guitar or writing songs, you need to find a way of harnessing that, because a time will come when you no longer can sit in the office and work. You need to retire. But if you haven't been working on your gift, then it almost feels like it's too late to start working on that. And I'm saying that because it kind of happened to me. When I entered into the mainstream working, I kind of put this aside.
Yes.
Yet if I'd continued with it, by the time COVID came around and you need to move on, this gift would already be up. Because the time comes and you're tired of sitting in the office.
That's
what
very
happens
true.
next?
That's very true. Musumba, our second song for the wedding. There's no wedding yet, but I'm excited about it because weddings are beginning to happen. It's opened up the country. Please sample us.
All right, for the lovers. On this lovely day, my joy has been made complete by the look I see in your eyes. Oh, what a joyful day. Oh, your beauty, girl, and that smile on your face makes my heart want to race. Oh, what a beautiful day. I'm overtaken by this feeling to be with you, the girl of my dreams. I am yours and you are mine. This is something I have known for a while. You are so special to me. I will love you for the rest of my days, forever long. Forever long. From this moment on, I promise to take care of you and to spoil you with passion, yeah, till death do us part. In good times and bad, hold on to me. It's a joyride for life and beyond. I am yours and you are mine. This is something I have longed for a while. You are so special to me. I will love you for the rest of my days, forever long. Forever long. I will love you forever long. And I'll leave it at that. So I leave you wanting.
Musumba, it cannot be, it needs to be quenched. So Pastor, as I close, as you and I close, what are your closing remarks to people out there, especially with giftings, and are wondering what to do with them?
Being a pastor, I can't live without saying something spiritual.
Yes.
God has blessed us with gifts, and it's for a reason. Okay? Whatever else we do, the engineering, the lawyering, doctoring, and all that, those are things that are meant to keep us busy on earth as we wait for his return. But they are also conduits he uses, okay, for us to be able to be a blessing to others. When I'm at a workplace, it's not because I'm there just to offer my skill. That skill offers something beautiful. At the end, someone is benefiting. And the people I'm working with in the environment are also benefiting from my gifting. So he has given us spiritual gifts for those that are believers, okay? Like a gift of wisdom, a gift of discernment. These are with the purpose of building the body of Christ. And he has given us other general gifts like the talents that we have. Those we use them as well. First of all, it brings glory to him because we are living within the nature he has created us. But they are also used, we can use them to earn a living and as well be a blessing to others. I like what Miles Monroe said, that everything that you need to succeed in life, God has already put it in you. The skill set is already within you. And how do you know that? Your passion, what you're drawn to, what you have a quick affinity to, those are inside communications that I think this is where my gifting is. If we don't pay attention to that and only focus on the career path, we'll realize at the end of the career that I feel like I've not achieved much. I've spent much of my time trying to work for someone else and earn an income, but I feel like I've not fulfilled. To be fulfilled, you have to use the gifts God has given you, because there is a reason why, as to why he gave you those gifts.
Wonderful. Pastor Brian, please make a call to action for people to be able to come and subscribe to your guitar lessons and piano lessons. Then we'll call it a morning.
So if you are there and you know that you have an interest in playing guitar and a piano, that's what I specialize in. But I also say for those who have interest in other instruments, you need to take on to learn. But personally, the guitar and the piano, what I train you, I've given you a pocket-friendly fee, 200,000 shillings. Don't wait for later. COVID has revealed to us that you need those skills. And then music is relaxing. Playing an instrument, there are other benefits to it. You learn concentration, you learn patience, because you need to be patient and concentrating and focused to learn these instruments. I can help you with that because I have gone through it. I have a vast of experience in how I have learned, and I've also gotten the former way of learning, so I can help you get that. Within 10 sessions, if you do exactly what I tell you to do and practice, you will be able to be a guitarist like I am, or even better than that, because that's what I'm striving for. And my contacts, as you've seen there, you can contact me, and I can always get to where you are at, and we can discuss the fee.
Wonderful there. So, Msumba, first give us generally a jazz piece there, some piece there as we close, so that we don't close like we normally close. Kwanga, special that we have you here. Pastor Brian, it's very good to have you. Thank you for sharing your gift. Thank you for ensuring that we enjoy your gift, but also for allowing God to use you in this season. So, we're going to call it a Friday because it's Fun Friday here, and we're closing it right now. We'll be getting into Close to the Altar, and there's Chit Chat at 4. There'll be African Exclusive at 5. Burnout will be at 10 p.m. Please ensure you are there. That's the loudest music. If you need to have a party in your house, those are the people to bring it for you. DJ Easy Samuel will be there with you there. But from me, Godwin and Stella, thank you for being with us. End of the month is for you, and happy new month to all of you. Come 1st of November on Monday. God bless you and have a rich weekend. When I grow up,
You want to be like me?
Zumba, I want to be like you. That is it from us here at Code Green this month of October. That's how we have wrapped it up, the last Friday of the month. God bless you. Have a fruitful weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Put on your mask. Sanitize as much as possible. But ensure that you're being very vigilant as you're moving around. From me, Timothy Nyangweso, God bless you.
This is Code Green, weekdays from